And make sure we are sharing. Cool. Thank you all for coming to our end of semester innovation meetup. It is our chance to play funky jazz and get everyone excited for all the work we do at the Pharmacy Innovation Lab. Again, a note that this session will be recorded. For anyone joining us via Zoom, feel free to share any questions you may have via chat. For anyone here, feel free to raise your hands, as we'll have some time after each presentation. Why do we do this? Our students are doing very cool things. We're excited to have alumni, soon-to-be alumni, faculty alumni, partners across campus, and people who are just interested in all the things that we're up to in our innovation lab. So thank you all for being here, for sharing your ideas, for the hard work you put into this last semester, for our third-year students who had 2 finals today and still showed up upright to present. Much so appreciate your patience and excitement across all the timing. And an open invite for all of our soon-to-be grads to come back to these events. You always have an open door here at SALT, and an open opportunity to ask what if or how might we, questions which prompted all of our presentations today. For the big question that I often get asked is, what do you do? And that's a fair enough question, since there are many interesting things happening at the university at any given time. The Pharmacy Innovation Lab looks to combine our curriculum, projects, and partners, all of whom are examples of people in our room here today and joining us on Zoom. The key takeaway is that we have a variety of our courses, our projects, our annual hackathon, programs for the future of pharmacy, like our Pharmacy Innovation Experience and Research program here, all of which we want to get people excited to ask, what's new and what's useful in pharmacy? As a very quick summary of some of the highlights that we have from this semester, our Introduction to Python course, which has been going since 2017, had a chance to host not only, again, some of our wonderful alumni, like Dr. Lauren Snyder, but a variety of practicing pharmacists whose daily practice with data is something that we hope to decrease that activation energy that it takes to say, hey, I'm interested in data. What does it mean to really get into the nitty-gritty of the ones and zeros, the spreadsheets, the headaches that are spreadsheets, and more when introducing some very basic concepts of programming, working with large data sets, just to skim into the world of machine learning, getting a chance to hear and experience all that with the pharmacists who are practicing, like Rob Hodges and Farrell Punchall, makes it all the more meaningful. We thank all of our presenters for their time in making such a meaningful learning experience for our students. Across digital health and data, book chapters and conferences and presentations, oh my, lots of great opportunities nationally, locally, and across print to share what we've been up to, not only in terms of teaching, the health systems that we're partnering with, and the areas of interest in terms of how technology is really trying to get not just a foot in the door, but a toehold in what it means to introduce technology in practice. Our ongoing program with the Pharmacy Innovation Experience and Research has continued from its initial first deployment in 2017 in Miami. We now have multiple hundreds of alum who are learning about what pharmacy is across their high school and undergraduate experiences. This semester, our fantastic team, including folks like Evan, Joy, Roma, and Cindy, having taken over from last year's leadership team, created an entire on-campus program after coming back from a hybrid half and half in the last few years. So our future pharmacists, including those undergraduates here on Pitt's campus, had a chance to experience what it's like to walk through a simulation, as I'm sure P3 will so dearly miss when they leave us and Salt calling their next rotation, as well as examples of experiences in things like compounding lab and presenting patient cases. So I wanted to recognize in their absence the well-done job from our team for here this year. In addition to that, our alumni from our last 7 to 8 years of our practice, including folks like Dr. Antonopoulos, who is now leading our state practice program for the Pennsylvania Pharmacists Association and our Pennsylvania Pharmacist Care Network, We have folks like Elizabeth Garcia continuing to do work in the world of public health in New York City. Miranda Steinkopf, who is part of our team that collaborated on our funded project to use medication records from electronic health records sent directly to someone's phone before patient portals were cool in 2018. She was recently named an interim co-director of the Transformation Center at the National American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy. And Dr. Stottlemyre, currently pursuing her master's and PhD here at the School of Pharmacy, presenting at the Pennsylvania State Pharmacy Conference for contemporary practices around estimating renal function and the multiple models that exist. So really fun things that are possible for our soon-to-be alumni that I'm really excited to see what comes next for you. So I mentioned that these are all the different ways that folks are able to participate as a part of the Innovation Lab. And I sat down and my wonderful colleague, soon-to-be Dr. William here, helped me work through some of our long lists of the students who had participated in our courses, across the peer program, our Explore, special topics, our hackathon every year, and a very rough back of napkin estimate found that out of our graduating class of 2023, at least half of them in some way participated in these courses, projects, independent studies, etc. I wanted to ask if we have any of those reporters to come on up here and join me up front as we congratulate them. We'll do it again, but this will be good practice for Friday. Come on up. I have a short presentation, or I guess a short thank you. If we could get a round of applause for these soon-to-be doctors, that'll be good. And a little out of frame for our Zoom audience, but hopefully being connected. One of the things that I think make the Innovation Lab is our interest in trying to change things and tinker and make things a little bit better. And I think all four of the people who are up in front of us today do just that. And they're all unique, and they all have their own approach towards things. Some of these folks I knew before pharmacy school or met them at their interview when they came to Salk for the very first time. It's going to be very exciting and a heartfelt goodbye and best wishes as we know you're going on to do new things. And I thought, they're getting a really cool degree. They're getting a title that's going to make them kind of ask, who are you asking for when you say Dr. Williams or Dr. Short? But I thought it would be nice to have a little reminder that's easy to pack. And yes, you're all going to be doctor of pharmacy, but everyone brings their own character. And just like a 3D print, we have some of the blueprints that you all accomplished over the last 4 years, and I thought it might be a neat takeaway that wherever you show up to your residency or whenever you're practicing in your new area of practice and your cathedral learning, you can sit on your desk. So I 3D printed all of our attendees here a small cathedral learning to take on with you as you graduate. So congratulations, it's been a long 4 years, well earned, and I look forward to saying all of this again on Friday, but just well-deserved congrats. With all of that, finally, at the end of this semester, I'll come back and say thank you again. I get to stop talking and turn things over to the people who get to do really fun and interesting things. So I want to turn things over and invite up our first presenters. And as they come up, I wanted to share some of the challenges that they came across. When I was presented with this project that you'll hear from our third-year students here in just a second, and if you stand vaguely here, you'll get a pretty good spot in terms of our video. I was faced with an incredibly open-ended challenge. And as everyone knows, I try to turn my cliche of challenges into opportunities as best I can with practice. And both of these students did so well in stepping up to that challenge/opportunity that I was really excited to have them here and present. So let me turn things over to Chris and Rodney, and let me make sure that everything is sharing well here. But with that, feel free to make sure that you're talking to the mic, and I'll check in on Zoom and see if anyone has any issues.
So while Dr. Patel checks in on Zoom, my name